So you're going to have this vote around the second week of December, but premiums are already notified out. They are already sort of baked in here certainly for Americans who buy government health care. Is it too late to extend open enrollment? I mean, like Senator Cassidy was saying, like, ship has sailed here.
No, we could actually decide that we were willing, as part of this legislation, to extend open enrollment. Obviously, we need support from the administration, but insurance companies, in meeting with the insurance industry, they've indicated that while it would be difficult, they could address some of the challenges around not getting agreement until December. Mm-hmm. Again, that's why there's urgency to get this done.
I want to ask you about another matter. Survivors of convicted child sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, as well as some of the families of those survivors, wrote a letter to lawmakers supporting the release of Justice Department internal communications in regard to his case. In that letter, they said there was no middle ground here. There was no hiding behind party affiliation. We will remember your decision at the ballot box. You know, this House vote is set to come up this week. Should there be a vote in the Senate, and would you support it to see the release of these documents?
Absolutely. We need to release the documents. The American people need to see what's in them. And if President Trump says there's nothing there that he's concerned about, then why doesn't he support release of the documents?
Well, we will see if the Republican leader in the Senate takes up your proposal there. There has not been a commitment to have that kind of vote. But on Venezuela, since you are ranking member on Senate Foreign Relations, I want to make sure I ask you. The president said he has sort of made up his mind on what to do about Venezuela. You were one of the very few senators who have received briefings within the past few weeks from Secretaries Rubio and Hegseth regarding the strikes that are being carried out on these small, fast-moving boats. Is there a clear end game here? And is your understanding that ousting Nicolas Maduro from power is part of the administration's plan?
I don't think it's clear what the end game is for this administration with respect to Venezuela. They're relying on a legal opinion, excuse me, in terms of the boat strikes that they have not released. They have finally made it available to members of Congress, but they haven't released it to the public. They are escalating in a way that, talking about a land strike through special operations that puts at risk our men and women in the military. We have so much firepower now in the Caribbean. The Gerald R. Ford has been taken from the Red Sea so that now we don't have any firepower really in the Middle East as we look at the threats there. We don't have what we need, I think, in the Indo-Pacific or in Europe. And so what the president has done here is to put at risk other parts of the world and Americans in other parts of the world for this fascination on trying to get rid of Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela, who clearly is a bad character. He's been involved in illegal drugs, but he is not a threat to the United States of America. And what the president is doing is raising real questions.